Hello everyone, welcome back to LeetCode Daily Life where I do the daily question raw and uncut. So we have an AC today and it's one of those domino questions as well. So yeah, let's see what the question wants. So we have a dominoes list int. So for each element it will be a length 2, and for each of them it can be from 1 to 9. So it's a bit like yesterday's question, I guess, like in terms of how the dominoes look like. And then we also have like we also have the number of dominoes being bounded by 40k, which is kind of special for an easy question, because usually easy questions they have like really low bounds, so you can have a like really slow algorithm and it will still work. But yeah, let's read the question and see what it wants. So given the list of dominoes, so that's kind of what we say. So dominoes I is equivalent to dominoes j if and only if either a is equal to c and b is equal to d. Right. So that means like if you have like a domino with like 1 and 2, it is equivalent to like 2 and 1. So like if you rotate it and it is the same, or if it is already the same, then it is considered equivalent. So we need to return the number of pairs. So ij, so those are indices, and they're ordered as well. And dominoes I is equivalent to dominoes j. So for this question, we just need a counter, but before we actually like count the numbers, we have to like sort the we have to sort each of the lists first. So I guess like in that case we might as well use a default dict. But yeah, we can definitely just start coding because this one is just a implementation thing. Doesn't have any like special algorithm that goes with it, I think. So yeah, I guess like the other thing is, which I think we have like mentioned it a lot of times before. So like if you have 3 of the same, well, like with maybe I'll draw it out. So if you have n of the same domino, how many pairs can you actually form? Well, you can actually form n choose 2 amount. So like n choose 2 basically means like you have n items, and you want to find out how many ways to choose like 2 of them. And this is equal to, I think, yeah, I think it's just um I think it's just this, yeah. So we can pick the first one and then we can pick the second one with no replacement. But then if we pick the ith item and the jth item, that's the same as picking j and an I. Well, actually in this case, because we don't want like we only want ij, we don't want ji, so that's why we have the divided by 2 thing there. But yeah, I think like with all this knowledge, we can actually start coding. So yeah, let's just code it out. So um we need I guess like counts, default dict, and then it'll be an int. So for d and dominoes, I think what we want to do is we want to set the sorted domino to be equal to the minimum of d and then the maximum of d, and then like we can just put this as a tuple. So that means like, because if we always rearrange it into like the smaller item to be first and the larger item to be second, we have basically like done the rotation thing. So here, what we can do is, I guess we don't even need sorted domino in that case. We can just do counts, and then we want to add the frequency of that. And then now so we only really need the value. So for count in counts dot values, I think values. So we need like the actual number of pairs variable out, but like basically we can just do the formula that we have talked about before. So this formula here. So we have count times. I guess I'll do like count minus 1 times count divided by 2. And then we can just return number of pairs, and I think that should work. Yeah, it does seem like it works. And yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, this question, I guess like the only thing you have to really see is that if you sort all the dominoes in like non-decreasing order, you can like you have basically gotten rid of this case here where you have like two different ways of being equivalent. But I think like other than that, it's just using a map and also like knowing what n choose 2 is. But yeah, that's kind of how I got the intuition to solve the problem. And if you have gotten here, thank you for watching. And if you have any feedback, please leave it down. I'm trying to solve the video being too long problem when I'm doing hard questions, because it does take me like almost an hour to do them. But yeah, if you have any like feedback, or like if you want me to change some format, I'll appreciate any feedback basically, and I'll love to hear from you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.